The car was speeding through the narrow streets when suddenly, the cops threw down spike strips and boom, the car came to a stop. Sounds like a classic police tactic, right? But that's just a small part of the whole story. Here are 5 other insane techniques cops use to stop runaway drivers. 5. Pursuit intervention technique. Ever watched a high-speed police chase and thought, how on earth are they going to stop that guy without turning the highway into a demolition derby? Well, say hello to the pit maneuver, short for pursuit intervention technique. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? But don't worry, we'll keep it simple. When a police car pulls up behind a suspect's car during a chase, instead of yelling, "Pull over," through a megaphone, which almost never works in the movies, the officer gently nudges the back corner of the fleeing car, just behind the rear wheel. It's a bit like tapping your shopping cart into someone's at the grocery store. If your shopping cart was going 60 miles per hour and you were trying to spin someone out. That little tap makes the suspect's rear wheels lose grip, and boom, their car starts to spin. The idea is to make the car do a controlled spin, stopping it safely without causing a crash. It's like a dance move, but only one partner knows the steps. So why do police use it? The pit maneuver is used when a car chase is getting too dangerous, like if it's going through crowded streets, or if the suspect is being reckless. It's not just about catching the bad guy. It's about protecting innocent drivers, pedestrians, and even the suspect from getting hurt. Think of it as a quick but careful way to end the madness before it turns into something you'd see in The Fast and the Furious minus Vin Diesel's muscles. You might remember the pit maneuver in action in the movie Bad Boys 2. There's a wild chase on a freeway, and one of the police cars executes a perfect pit, sending a suspect's car spinning. It's dramatic, flashy, and slightly over the top because, well, it's Hollywood. In real life, it's a bit less explosive, and with fewer slow-motion camera angles. As effective as the pit maneuver is, it's not without its risks and limitations. Speed is a major factor. If the cars involved are moving too fast, the maneuver can easily go wrong and turn into a serious crash. That's why most police departments only allow it at controlled speeds, usually under 35 to 45 miles per hour. Beyond that, the risk of injury or property damage becomes too high. Weather can also throw a wrench in the works. Rain, snow, or ice make roads slippery, and attempting a pit on a slick surface can send both the police and suspect vehicles spinning out of control. Imagine trying to do a neat little tap and spin, and instead ending up in someone's backyard, or worse. Want more wild breakdowns like this? Hit like and subscribe before we skid off topic. The location of the maneuver matters just as much. Police can't safely perform a pit on narrow city streets, in heavy traffic, near cliffs, or on bridges. There needs to be enough open space to carry it out safely, or else the consequences could be dangerous for everyone involved. Who knew police could be so high-tech? Makes you wonder what gadgets they'll think of next. Rocket-powered stop signs, maybe? 4. Crook hook. Have you ever thought, even just once in your life, wouldn't it be great if police could just hook a bad guy's car and say, "That's enough"? Well, someone actually built that. It's called the crook hook. And no, it's not a pirate's weapon or a fancy kitchen gadget. It's a wild, genius tool that helps police instantly stop stolen cars in a clever, safe way. So, what is the crook hook? It's a special mechanical arm attached to a police SUV or pickup. Imagine a giant hook that slides out from the front of the police vehicle, just like a mechanical lasso. When the officer pulls up behind a stolen car, this hook snaps under the rear bumper, grabs the car by the frame or tire, and lifts the back wheels just slightly off the ground. The stolen car is now caught, literally hitched, like a trailer. So how does it work? The officer activates the crook hook while driving. It swings out, lines up with the suspect's car, and grabs hold from behind. Once it locks on, the fleeing vehicle can't escape, steer properly, or go anywhere fast. The cop car now tows the stolen car right off the road, safely and without smashing into anything. No dramatic crashes, no spike strips needed, just a very confused thief being pulled away like a bad grocery cart. It's mainly used when police know a car is stolen but want to avoid a dangerous high-speed chase. It works best in low to moderate speeds, in open traffic where police can sneak up close. No sirens, no drama, just a quiet grab and go. Just like our grappler police bumper, this also has almost the same type of limitations. It's also not without flaws. First, the officer has to get really close, which isn't easy when the suspect's driving like they're in a video game. It also only works on certain cars, low enough and shaped right at the back. Try it on a lifted truck or something with a weird bumper. The hook might miss completely. It also doesn't work well in tight traffic or sharp turns, where lining up is tricky. And, yep, it's another one-shot gadget. If the hook doesn't catch, the show's over. Makes you think, what's next? A giant police claw machine? Well, we're about to find out. Are you already thrilled by these high-tech police gadgets? Just imagine how pumped you'll be when you hear about the last two incredible innovations. Get ready, because the best might just be saved for last. Let's continue. 3. ArrestNet. You are walking down the street and a suspect in a car is speeding down the road, ignoring sirens, blowing past red lights, and you're thinking, how on earth are they going to stop this guy without causing a crash? Enter the ArrestNet, a high-tech, quick-thinking solution that feels like a superhero's gadget. So now the genuine question arises in your mind. What is ArrestNet? Well, it's a net-launching device used by police to stop dangerous vehicles without all the smashing and crashing. Think of it as a giant spider web, only instead of catching flies, it catches fleeing cars. It's clever, non-lethal, and a whole lot safer than those old Hollywood-style car flips. Now about working. ArrestNet is usually deployed from a small box that can be placed or launched across a road. Inside the box is a tightly packed net with metal spikes and tough cables attached. When a suspect's car drives over it, boom, the net springs open, wraps around the tires, and entangles the vehicle's wheels. Those sharp spikes dig into the tire treads, and the cables yank the tires tight so they can't rotate properly. In seconds, the fleeing car slows down and stops, almost like it just tripped over its own shoelaces. What about the usage of this technology? Police use ArrestNet when a suspect is refusing to stop, but they want to avoid a high-speed chase. It's ideal in spots where officers can set it up ahead of time, like intersections, highway exits, or narrow roads. It works best when the suspect doesn't see it coming. One moment they're speeding down the road, and the next, they're caught like a fish in a net. For folks who remember the days of tire-popping spike strips and risky roadblocks, ArrestNet is a wow factor. It's modern, precise, and kind of satisfying to watch, like a cartoon villain stepping into a trap and saying, well, that backfired. These also have limitations. First, it needs to be set up in advance, so if the suspect changes direction last minute, wasted effort. It also works best in narrow spots like alleys or exit ramps. Try using it on a wide highway, and the car might just dodge it like it's hopping over a puddle. Wet roads, high speeds, or bulky vehicles can also mess things up. Plus, it's a one-time use. Once it's launched, that's it. No rewind button. So while ArrestNet feels like something out of a superhero movie, it still needs the right timing and setup. When it works though, oh, it's beautiful. 2. Helicopter tracking plus Star Chase GPS tagging. Have you ever thought about how the police manage to catch criminals speeding away without causing a high-speed chase on every street? Well, the answer lies in two high-tech tools: helicopter tracking and Star Chase GPS tagging. These methods allow police to track suspects without needing to play catch-up like in those classic car chases from action movies. First up, helicopter tracking. Think of it like the police version of having a drone, but much bigger. When a suspect takes off and tries to escape, a helicopter can quickly get above the scene, giving officers a bird's-eye view. This helps the police follow the car from the sky without getting tangled up in traffic or putting others at risk. It's a lot like that scene in The Dark Knight, where Batman swoops down on his enemies from above. While Batman has his gadgets, the police have helicopters and communication equipment to track and guide ground units to the suspect's location. Now here's where things get really cool: the Star Chase GPS tagging. This system lets officers attach a small GPS tracker to a suspect's vehicle without even touching it. Using a special launcher mounted on a police car, officers fire a GPS tag onto the suspect's car during the chase. Once it's attached, they can track the vehicle in real time. No more risking lives with a high-speed chase. The police can back off, track the suspect's route, and make a move when it's safer. It's like a sci-fi movie where the police can follow the bad guys without ever having to speed through the streets. Imagine a high-tech version of a police chase in Lethal Weapon where, instead of chasing the suspect down, the cops just let them go while silently tracking their every move. Like any other methods, this method also has some limitations. Of course, these tools aren't magic. Helicopter tracking relies on clear skies, so bad weather can ground the chopper. Plus, helicopters are expensive to operate, so they're not always available. Star Chase GPS tagging isn't perfect. The tag might not adhere properly to certain vehicles, and if the suspect notices it, they could try to remove it. Even once the tag is attached, the police can't rush in right away. They have to wait for the right moment to make an arrest, which means it's not an instant solution. While the technology helps track suspects discreetly, it still has its limitations, and there's no guarantee that the suspect won't find a way to evade capture or destroy the tag before the police can act. So, while these methods are great at reducing risks, they're not without their limits. But next time you see a dramatic chase scene in a movie, just remember, the police have some pretty cool high-tech tools behind the scenes to keep things under control. All right, let's shake things up. Now, get ready for the most advanced and incredible technology in our police forces. It's time to make this truly worth it. 1. RF Safe Stop. Now let's talk about something that sounds like it came straight out of a spy movie. RF Safe Stop. No, it's not a new kind of stop sign for confused drivers or a fancy remote for your grandkid's toy car. This is real technology that can stop a moving vehicle without touching it. Sounds like magic? Nope, just clever science. So, what is RF Safe Stop? RF stands for radio frequency. RF Safe Stop is a device that can stop a car, a motorbike, or even a small boat by using radio waves. Imagine pointing a remote control at a speeding car, and poof, it rolls to a gentle stop, like a well-trained dog obeying a command. That's RF Safe Stop for you. It was mainly used by military forces and law enforcement, but now the governments are trying to implement this feature in their police departments also. This thing is not something you'll find at your local auto shop, unless it's run by James Bond. The idea is to stop suspicious or dangerous vehicles safely without using bullets, spike strips, or car chases. This is particularly helpful if a car is heading toward a military base, airport, or a public event and isn't stopping when it should. Okay, here's the cool science bit, but don't worry, we'll keep it simple. Modern vehicles, even your trusty 2009 sedan, rely on electronics to run. The engine, fuel injection, brakes, and even the dashboard talk to each other using something called electronic control units. These are kind of like the brain and nerves of the car. Now, RF Safe Stop sends out powerful bursts of radio waves tuned to interfere with those electronics. It's like shouting so loud in a library that everyone forgets what they were doing. The car gets confused and its systems misfire or shut down, and it slowly stops. No sparks, no explosions, no Michael Bay-style action scenes, just a smooth, confused halt. RF Safe Stop is typically used in high-security situations where stopping a vehicle or drone safely is critical. At military checkpoints, it can halt unknown or unauthorized vehicles approaching a base. Police use it during roadblocks to stop stolen cars or fleeing suspects without resorting to dangerous pursuits. It's also used for VIP protection. If a suspicious vehicle gets too close to a motorcade, RF Safe Stop can bring it to a halt instantly. And it's not just for cars. The system can even be used to disable small drones flying where they shouldn't be, making it a versatile tool in modern security. And don't worry, your car won't randomly stop just because someone's listening to the radio. This system is highly controlled and targeted, like using a sniper instead of spraying water from a hose. To the ladies and gentlemen who are watching, you've probably seen cars go from turn the crank to press the button. Back in the day, stopping a car involved good brakes and maybe a strong arm. Today it's done with invisible waves from a machine the size of a suitcase. Isn't that something? But hold on, it's also not perfect. First of all, it only works on cars with modern electronic systems. Try using it on an old car from the 80s. It'll just keep on moving like nothing happened. It also struggles if the car is going very fast. It needs a little time to work its magic. Plus, it's not great in crowded areas and you don't want to accidentally zap your neighbor's minivan. And some newer cars are built with tech that's resistant to outside signals, so it's like shouting into a soundproof room. So, while the RF Safe Stop is a smart piece of technology, it's still figuring out how to work in the real world of busy traffic. Which of these police tactics shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found it wild, like and share. Wondering which sedans under 30K are worth chasing or avoiding? Our last video breaks it down. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of cars and much more. More content like this. Click on the video showing on your screen right now. Take care.